Good evening, Midnight Rider, sorry. I'm just messing about for a second. I'll be with you. Just messing about for a sec, and I'll be with you. La 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 la. Go lay down, Lily. Don't start stressing out just because I'm talking. We're allowed to communicate, us humans. Might as well play our little intro, haven't we? Woo!
I love Paris in the springtime. I love Paris in the fall. I love Paris in the winter when it drizzles. I love Paris in the summer when it sizzles. I love Paris every moment. Every moment of the year. Oh, how I love Paris. Why do I love Paris so? Because my love is near. I love Paris in the springtime. I love Paris in the fall. I love Paris in the winter when it drizzles. I love Paris in the summer when it's
It's Tatiana Eva Marie and Avalon Jazz Band. If that makes any sense. Midnight Rider.
Oh, how I love Paris. Why do I love Paris so? Because my love is near. Because my love is near.
Woo!
Because my love is near.
What do you think of that then? Naught viewers. Well, I've got naught viewers. I've got one viewer now. Anyone had a great day today? The weather was quite nice today. I had a bit of a barney with a guy that owed the land outside. He had a massive fire today and it went everywhere. And I had my washing out. Wasn't acceptable. Smoky washing. Didn't even tell us. Just lit the bloody fire. Blimey, it's quiet on here, isn't it? Yeah, it does sound like that, doesn't it? She dresses like that as well. But I think it's quite a modern band. I've listened to a few of her other songs and they're actually crap. No disrespect, lovely, but yeah, they was. But I quite liked that one. It had a nice little flow to it. Oh yeah, and it had my name in it as well. That helps. Yeah, I don't watch all that, to be honest with you, Midnight. I find it absolutely boring. I mean, I know people that was just so fanatical about tennis. They've never played it in their lives. They watch everything, and it's like, why? Why don't you go out and play it instead of watching these celebrities that you're giving all your money to? Go out and then play it. You might even enjoy it even more. I just find tennis, cricket, absolutely boring. Rugby. Now, when I used to play cricket when I was at school, I absolutely loved it. I proper loved it. But I can never watch it. Same as football. I used to love football. Can't stand watching it. It's not because they're better than me, no. Not at all. They should be watching us, the people that don't get paid anything. Not us watching them, the people that get paid millions. Yeah, I got up at 9 today, midnight. That was well early for me. 9 o'clock. I bet you're talking about 6, aren't you? 6 o'clock, stuff like that. Yeah, I got up at 9. That was nice and early. I see the sun outside. I got up, let the dog out, and everything was frosty. I was like, oh, I've been deceived by the sun. Yeah, so I like watching MMA, and I know a lot of people don't like that, but I love watching that when they just punch the hell out of each other. Lily, can you stop that, please? This is not a licking competition. Thank you. Wow. Wow. Yeah, but I love watching moto, like motorbike racing. I love watching that. But these are the sort of things that a lot of people don't really take much notice of. But football, nah. I never got it. I never will. I don't actually mind. I mean, I don't know if people are going to read into this stuff, but I prefer to watch the girls playing football than the boys, because the boys, they're so fake. They dive over a blade of grass. They forgot they're meant to be playing football. But what they do is they try and pull the wall over the other person's team. Well, I don't know about die prematurely, but they will probably go to their graves in pain, because when you're bashing all them body parts about, I mean, you look at their face and their ears and their nose, that all gets distorted permanently. So God knows what it's doing to their stomachs and their ribs and their legs on the inside. So whether they die prematurely, I don't know, but I reckon that they don't have a very good retirement. But some people love that shit. Like love going through it. I love watching it, but I don't envy what they go through just to get that belt or that wage. Yeah, football's for faggots, I'm afraid, because it's not a real game of football. I mean, I remember when I was a kid and I used to watch football, and you would never dream back then how football would go, because you would say, well, what's the point in that? It's not football. Lily, stop it. Do you know what I mean? But yet here we are watching these people with the tiniest of touches fly in the air and lay there crying like a baby till they get their little spray bottle out. But I saw an advert. I don't know if it was on Facebook or YouTube a while back, and it was very true. And this was something like, this is a professional motorbike racer falling off at 200 miles an hour. He gets up and walks away. This is a footballer that trips up at 2 miles an hour and he's laying there crying like a baby. They should be ashamed of themselves. Yeah, I do like watching a bit of boxing. I used to love watching Muhammad Ali. Actually, back in the day when I used to watch Muhammad Ali fight, I used to think he was quite a boring fighter. But it appears he hits a lot harder than it looks. Because I just used to see him jabbing away at people and wearing him down. It's probably where Rocky come from Muhammad Ali, where Rocky would let people kick shit out of him, almost die, and then come back from the brink of death because of Adrian and win the fight. But I used to kind of feel like that was not Muhammad Ali's tactic, but he used to just let him punch, have a little jab here and there. But like when you see people like Tyson, you can see that that person is a fighter, an animal in the ring. Maybe he should have had a bit more discipline than he did have. But hey ho, it's like sending a soldier to war, isn't it? Go and kill and shoot everyone and then come back and get back to normal life. Whereas it doesn't happen, does it? They have all sorts of issues. God, these little posts that keep coming up do bug me. Let's just get rid of them. They've got no reason to be there. They just come up because they want to. Adverts everywhere. It's like the more and more we get into this internet stuff, the more and more adverts there are, and the more and more we do take notice of them, but the more they're becoming a pest. I remember adverts used to be a pest when I was a kid, and they just got worse and worse, and they're nothing but aggravating now. Adverts are as bad as the media. They're just not needed. We don't want them, but they're there in every part of your life. Really? Okay. You can never know, can you? Because there's so many lies coming out there now that it's because people used to tell the truth once, even when they was crooks and they got caught, they used to tell the truth. But there's so many angles to everything now. The system's done a great job on us, a great job, because they worked it out many years ago. If you put enough lies and truths out there, no one will know. No one will really know the truth. Yeah, that was bad, isn't it? When that happened to Muhammad Ali. And like when you think like these people have got all this money, so it just goes to show that money can't buy you health. It just goes to show you, don't it? All these stinking rich people die before their time. "31 years old. That is shocking young." Yeah. Yeah, but is that the only way to overdose on heroin with a needle? You can burn it, and also, oh mind you, don't they burn it to put it in a needle? Oh, I don't know. Can't you smoke heroin as well? Oh, I don't know. Would never go near this stuff. I know my limits with drugs, but I just feel that your limits change with desperation and how poor you are. Seems like the poorer you are, the heavier the drugs are. And isn't it weird though that the heavier the drugs, the cheaper they are? That makes sense, does it? But when you go into big pharma world, the more good the drugs do for you, the dearer they are. It's like completely the opposite way. Something's not right there somewhere, is it? No, no, I haven't. Worst I've ever smoked is weed. I know my limits. So some of these drugs that I hear them talk about in Skid Row in America, it's like, wow, man, there's a lot of shit out there, and they ain't got nothing, but yet they seem to be able to get the drugs, the really bad, addictive drugs, without any issues. I think skunks fuck the market right up, you know that. I used to like it when I could get a decent bit of puff, but since skunks coming on, it's just ripped us all off. Yeah, so did that guy out of Culture Club, didn't he? Boy George. Do you remember when he had that black box around his neck? I don't know what drug it was he was on. It obviously weren't coke. It's got to have been heroin. 'Cause I think heroin was classed as one of the worst drugs on the market at that time. 'Cause people say once you're on heroin, you're fucked. But there have been stories out there where people have got off of it. I don't know what spice is midnight. Skunk is weed. It's just weed, a stronger grade of weed. But if you use it correctly, it's actually a very powerful medicine as well. This is why it's illegal, because the big pharma would lose so much money, because they actually make loads of different strains of skunk now for different medical needs, loads of them, and they work. But you don't smoke it. But skunk is made for smoking in my eyes. But it's just ridiculously expensive. It's just like shot the market right up. And it's fucked the market as far as I'm concerned. Because every Tom, Dick and Harry can grow it at home. So how does that work? Why has it made it dear when every Tom, Dick and Harry can grow it at home? It should be getting cheaper. It's like the world's all gone wonky. Hi, Cluman. This might be my. Do you know what? Already, this might be my last live stream this month. I think I got my 20 hours start on the 21st of this month, and it said I'm low when I come on tonight. So I got a funny feeling after tonight, because if I use all my hours up by the end of tonight, they won't cut me off until I've gone off, because they don't do that. But I've got a funny feeling I've used all my hours up already. But it doesn't matter, because there's not really a lot fucking going on here anyway. Same old bullshit, same old wankers talking shit, Same old people attacking each other. You've got the same old grannies in the background giving advice. Like, you know what I mean? Like, they know it all. They're on here 24/7. So they're clearly not fucking educated and clearly haven't got a job. So we're not really missing that much. Just the same old stupid idiots accusing people of being nonces and pedos and having affairs with everyone. So there's not really a lot to miss, is there? All the fucking detectives on here make you laugh. Everyone's got a clone. See, this is what people don't realise. They end up wrecking it for everyone. But that's just the nature of the beast. We all have our little laughs, but we're all actually wrecking the internet for each other. Hi, Void. Oh, thanks, Void. You get back to changing your sheets. Hi, Cluman. It is, though, isn't it, Cluman? It's fucking pathetic. Some of the voices, when they come on, they make me fucking cringe. Voices of reason. But yet they're so hypocritical. It's like I went on Matt Taylor's earlier, right? And there's a person on there that always says all right to me. I'm listening into Matt Taylor's after I left for a couple of minutes. Don't big yourself up. And this person's blatantly slagged me off. Blatantly slagged me off because they didn't think I was there. This internet is full of a load of deranged, mental, sad people that can't get on with society, so they've made friends on here because texting just seems to cover up a lot of scabby behaviour. Because it's actually surprised me how many people have been called out and are actual wrong uns. It's fucking awful, really. I'd never treat anyone like that down here. Lie, bullshit, make out stuff. Yeah. It's really weird though, because like our corner of the internet, everyone seems to know everyone. All the baddies seem to know each other. People just bounce around from channel to channel. I mean, I'm glad that I haven't jumped from channel to channel as many as some of you have on here, because some of you know a lot of people, whereas I don't. I might know them if they've come in one of the channels I follow, but I don't know them through the fact of going to other channels. I'll pop in 2 or 3. I'm kind of loyal to 1 or 2, but when I started going over to Matt Taylor's, I was clearly not made welcome in there tonight, not by Matt, by his crew. And then someone that I thought was a friend absolutely slagged me off. Yeah, that's how it all starts out, Clubman. Yeah. I just personally think everyone on the YouTube's a fucking waste of time, because most people don't meet each other. I've met a couple of people since I've been on YouTube, and I don't know. I just think it's really weird. It's like I just feel like you're programmed into the people from the borough you've come from. You're programmed into their way of life or their style of talking, and then when you move somewhere else, it all seems a bit weird. You can either tune into that or you can't. And I think YouTube's one of them places where you just can't tune into it because it's nowhere. no man's land. And it gets so many different personalities and everything. And it's so easy to cunt someone off if you don't agree with them. But anyway, Matt Taylor's lost me as a fan tonight. I've unsubscribed and everything. Didn't last long, did it? I hope his fans are proud of himself. Because it wasn't Matt Taylor that turned me away from his channel. It was his audience. I've been in enough groups where they just slag me off all the time. So I just thought, well, let's just leave them. Got no commitments here. Just trying to get your viewers up, that's all. See if I could get you over 30. I only thought I'd come on here to get people to leave Matt Taylor's channel after them rude people in the audience. Yeah. It's just another form of torture, isn't it, Cluman? But it's funny, isn't it? All the tortures that we put up with basically can just turn them off. We got a new boat turned up here, a couple of doors up, and I'm going to start investigating them tomorrow because I don't like what's going on here. They reckon they've broke down. Let me just mute for a second so I can suck on my vape because I think it's a very rude, nasty thing to do to keep vaping when you're live or when your mic's on. Oh, do you know what? I was so cheeky. I had 2 pulls on that then. I think the coal needs changing. It tastes a little bit burny. Yeah, it's bad though, isn't it, Cluman? It's like you get these pretty women, right, sitting there behind a desk telling you the news, right, and you just want to get hold of them and use their face like a punch bag because they must know, but it's the money they're getting that makes them not care. But these people will never realise they're selling their own souls and their own families down the river with what they're doing. Every one of these people, every one of these media, these presenters, the whole lot of them really think that they're doing good for themselves, but they're actually kicking themselves in the nuts more than they're kicking us in the nuts. Because not only will we go against what they're saying, their whole family will. No, Sharon Swiston, right? I had an idea and my idea changed, okay? Just like everyone else has an idea and their ideas change. The trouble with you, you're reading so much into shit. You don't know what's gone on between me and Matt Taylor over the past few years. So don't sit there and judge, okay? So in fact, I'm going to block you because I just think you're a dickhead. You're a troublemaker and a dickhead, okay? Take that back to your little headquarters and I hope you're happy with yourself. There you go. That's what we do with negativity. We don't want that sort of subscription over here. Yeah, you know what I said, but did you know what I mean? And you're still there. Go away. There you go. What's that? An error occurred. Why does it keep doing that when you want to get rid of people? Stop creating errors. Stop creating errors. If you wanna act like a little donkey and play detective and go round telling everyone everything, don't you think that's a bit childish? Don't you, Sharon? Why don't you have a good look at yourself, right, and ask yourself, why am I on one channel listening to someone and then going on another channel and telling them what an horrible person they are? Sharon, you're a dog. There you go. I hope you enjoyed that. You're a dog. Go away. Why does this keep fucking creating an error? Eh? There you go. I'll do that instead. There you go. You can sit there for 5 minutes playing with yourself, wondering who you can tell who's a naughty person or not. You're a little grass. You're a little weasel. I won't put up with none of their shit. None of them. I've had it for nearly 5 years. All the bullshit because I call people out. I call scammers out. And then you've got little do-gooders like Sharon Swiston coming along being the hero of the day. I hope you made yourself look stupid, Sharon. Go and make yourself a cup of tea. I'm not going to talk about Matt Taylor anymore because his viewers, Sharon was one of them, his viewers didn't make me feel welcome there. You can't build bridges with scum like that in there. So do you know what me and Matt's gone through, Sharon? It's not fair on Matt, a grown man. What's not fair on Matt then? Eh? With all the shit what he's done. You don't know what my fucking faults are. You just poked your fucking nose in and you got it wrong. Foiled your plans. No, you fucked Matt's channel up because I would have gone over to Matt's and Matt would have got a lot of views because I've gone over there. But you've destroyed that, you silly old boot. Let me go and let my dog out, guys. I'm sorry about this. I need to let her out because I'm talking on here. She just like wants my attention, which is understandable. I'm a bit of a catch. I'm just reading this before I take her out. Hang on a sec. I hope Sharon's proud of herself. Go on, go and find someone else out, Sharon. Now, go on, go and tell Matt Taylor what a great job you've done. Go on, because you don't know where that friendship could have gone. Anyway, guys, I'll be back in a minute because my dog is whining and I need to let her out. 2 minutes, thank you. Oh dear, I'm back in the room. I think I'm going to have to change my burner because that's the second time I've took a puff and it tasted really burny. Yeah, it's quite surprising when you say certain things on people's channels, how you can bring people out, isn't it really? We've got that Sharon girl sussed out, that she's a little donkey, goes around listening to everyone. And we've got, and that's not Sharon Gale, by the way, that's Sharon, what was her name? Simpson or something. And we've got someone who I thought was a friend of mine in there, showing her ugly face or showing her ugly words. So that's 2 people, and I haven't even done anything. I was going to play a little game, yeah. But like I say, people change their minds, don't they? It was only a little game. It wasn't going to be the end of the world for anyone. Not like what some of these scammers have done on here. These non-truth tellers. But you think you're so fucking clever, some of you, don't you? And don't even bother coming over here, Matt, because I will block you as well. Don't make yourself known to me, because I will block you. Because of your fans. Your loyal fans. Now, where did I put my burners? I bought some the other day. Bear with me, people. I've got to find these burners. Oh, God. I kind of always put things in the same place, but when I change, give them a new home, I struggle to remember where it was. And that's a bit of a bugger, really, isn't it? Let me think logically. I've got to think logically. Where would I have put them? Well, there's no logic to it at all. Oh, what's that? Oh, here we go. Oh, that was logical. I found them. Yeah. Yeah, you've won most of the quizzes at the moment, haven't you, Void? I might find a quiz that's really hard for you. What's your weakness, Void? Eh? What is your weakness? And I'll do a quiz that where you just haven't got too much of a clue about. See if we can get a new winner. Oh, hey, cat's playing now. Matt's got enough hate going on towards. Eh? It's not fair. Oh. Sharon, for being so clever, right? Goodbye. Is that all right? Some people really think they are all that on here, don't they? I actually believe that a lot of people on this internet are mentally unstable. I don't mean that in a disingenuous way. I believe they are genuinely. Thank you, Void. I believe they are genuinely unstable and they can't interact with people in normal life, but this just about gives them a platform. But they should just remember, once they're rumbled, then this platform won't be no good for them anymore. Like Danny Sullivan, you know, that great big fat thing that wants to go around punching everyone's head in, but he can't even get out of the chair. That guy, these mental people, or actually, let's not say mental. Let's say really mental. No. Let's say these people with unstable lives, because we don't know if they've had bad childhood or they haven't had family or whatever. We don't know that, but that's no excuse. I've had issues. I've had things happen to me in the past that haven't happened to a lot of people. I've been abused, but do I sit here and try and slag everyone else off because of it? I've got on with my life. All right, it might have turned out a bit wonky, but I'm getting on with it. I don't blame anyone else for my life. My life is what I'm doing with it. I'm in control of my life. I'm not one of these mental cases on YouTube going around making out they're someone they're not, slagging people off they know nothing about. I think at least people should go on some sort of detective course before they start pointing the finger. Don't you? I've done it myself. It's a bit of fun. But I know how to apologise when I'm wrong. Yeah, you're right, muscular mouse. Yeah. They probably get punched a lot in real life. Yeah, but the thing is though, when you meet someone in the real world and you see that they've got issues, like whether their eyes are flickering or they're twitching or whatever, or they can't stand still when you're talking to them, you know that they've got something wrong with them, and you need to be a bit more understanding why you're talking to them. But these mental deranged people like Brian and Esau and Rodney, all the usual fucking crew, they choose to attack people rather than get help. I had a nice Chinese tonight. I got it last night, and I had enough for dinner tonight and yesterday. Oh, my cat does make me laugh. She climbs up this pole because her bed's at the top of this pole, and she gets her claws stuck in the pole. It's just funny. Every time she pulls her claws out, you just see fluff come down to the floor. She's like destroying all the stuff on it. I'm going to give my vape another minute to soak up, and then I'm going to have to mute and have a little go on it. See if I've solved my problem, because that did taste a bit burny. That I didn't like tasting that at all. What have I got in there tonight? Let's have a little look. We're talking pineapple coconut rum. How nice does that sound in a vape? Pineapple and coconut rum. Well, it don't say and. It just says pineapple coconut rum. Makes you feel like you want to be in the Caribbean somewhere, doesn't it? Oh, my cat's in a playful mood. She's going to get the dog up in a minute. Once she starts whizzing about, the dog starts investigating what she's going on about. Yeah. I've been out in the garden for a little while today. I went over my neighbour's actually. I had to cut a bit of a tree down for her. She had them all cut down, but one was a little bit higher than she wanted it. So I was cutting that down today. The bloody blade in the chainsaw weren't long enough, so it took a lot longer than I thought. But we done what we had to do. We got it sorted. Don't worry about that. And then I went and had a little beer with a friend of mine up the road, a couple of boats up. That was nice. We had a good laugh. Good old chinwag. And we're going to investigate a boat that's pulled up yesterday. They're saying they broke down, but we're keeping an eye on it. I'm going to investigate it. Yeah, but at the end of the day, you say that midnight. I believe the person that actually launched Brian Earl off. I mean, I ain't causing waves here or anything because I've made my peace with a lot of people. But I believe when he was in the Wasps group, that's what made him, because he got kicked out of there, which was fair enough. He still didn't quite make it, and then he got his own channel, and then people kept going on there and cunting him off until his channel got bigger and bigger, and then when all the main players fucked off, he had himself a crowd because he was fuck all on the internet. He had his little channel. It weren't nothing. But when all the people kept going in there because they thought it was funny to keep calling him out about everything, other people come in because they see controversy, and we know what happens with that. And then before you know it, even when you took all the main players out, he had an audience by then. I just can't believe how fucking bad some people are by protecting him. But he knows the rules. He knows how to play the game now. I reckon he's been going to prison for the last year and a half or so. But he's out there as strong as ever, talking all his rubbish. Some truth, some not truth. I don't know what to make of Chrissy Morris at all now. Don't know if he's a good one or a bad one. Let's have a little mute up and have a little go on my vape. That was the worst thing that ever happened. When he went on the Wasp, and then when Rodney helped him make his show, his channel. And it's just funny how all these things turn around. And I've been asking people to help me so that I can just be a bit more tech savvy on here. But when you get people like Brian, you've got people falling over him to help him. And then he does all this to everyone. Do I really want them people's help anyway? Not really. I'd rather struggle along and work it out myself as I go along. There's some nasty, nasty people on here. Most of them have got criminal records. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but some of the criminal records are not just average stuff, are they? My cat's having the right play tonight. She's stuck to the pole again. It is funny. She's trying to run off and she can't. She just rips her claws out the. It's like a rope thing. What are you meowing for? Don't come and sit on my lap, please. I'm talking to my friends. She don't sort of fidgeting when I stroke her. It's one of them cats, right? She loves. Hey, look, she slipped up the side of the desk now. She loves affection, but if you start stroking her, you'll never get rid of her. So I've had to adopt this thing where I just don't stroke her anymore. It's just too much. It's too heavy. Ain't you, Tom? She's sitting right beside me, next to the desk, because I won't let her on my lap. Tom, what are you doing? Oh God, sorry guys, I just vaped without even realising. Then it can be a bad habit. Oh, that does work a lot better though. It's like when I was sucking the last one, if you excuse my expression, because I'm sure that'll get edited. When I was sucking on the last vape, it was really hard to get the smoke out of, but this one it's really easy now. I can suck with confidence. And anyone got anything they want to talk about? I can't just ramble on about a load of crap. My fucking cat's right on one tonight, I'm telling you. Surprised the dog ain't got up. God, this bloody vape. Hi, Lodge. I just muted because I was vaping there for a moment. Can't even taste better as well when you put a new burner in it, coil, whatever you want to call it. I really enjoyed my Chinese tonight. I had chicken curry and chicken and rice and mixed it in together because it was from yesterday. And I had some I had a pancake roll, a big pancake roll, and I had some chili beef stuff in the sauce. It's really nice. But Chinese is so expensive, isn't it? Do you think they take the piss these days? You spend like 20, 25 quid on one person. Yeah, my cat's like that. It's like my cat gets on with a lot of dogs here as well. It's like when I take the dog for a walk, the cat will come for a walk with us, but she only goes so far and then she comes back. Is it? Yeah, they said it was going to be bad. It's not actually that bad down here. I was wondering if we was going to get it because I was thinking like we're kind of on the border. Yeah, I'm going on a course next month to get a badge for security because they're just hounding me at the job office. All these young kids want to stay at home and play their computers, so I've got to go to work at 60. You know what I mean? I've lost me. Like, I don't know what to do as a career, so I've gone for that. Wow, if you can taste the salt in that midnight, there must be a hell of a lot in it. They normally put salt in it to hide the taste of something else. I can't really buy stuff from Iceland because I haven't got a freezer on the boat. I've got the little compartments, but my fridge is off at the moment. Because the weather's so cold, I don't need the fridge on because it runs off the battery and drains the battery quite bad. I just choose to leave it off. Oh, do you, Kluman? Yeah, I'm not really fussed if it's interesting or not. Because I'm hoping to try and get a job where I'll just have to walk around sites and log in at certain points and go back to the office. Yeah. And then when I come home, I'll be wearing my security uniform. And I'm going to start talking to a couple of people on boats here, giving it authority. See how that goes. That'd be funny, wouldn't it? That was just a friend. That was a friend just texted me now, talking about Bloody Sunday. It's 50 years. It's hard to believe, isn't it? Bloody Sunday was 50 years ago. I can't believe I was about 9 when that was all 9 fucking 50 years, man. And in some people's lives, it's as strong as anything still. I would never work in a store doing security because I would never pull anyone over for nicking food. I think it would have to be walking around a building site or something like that, or driving down certain roads, like private roads, to make sure everything's all right. Because I've seen security do that before. When I used to work in Chigwell, I used to come down certain roads. You go near an address and they'll fucking come round you. What are you doing down here? Well, I'm delivery driver, mate. Put your gun away. They didn't have a gun, but you know what I mean. It's like they've got to have the biggest 4x4 so that they look more menacing. It's amazing what you can end up leaving on near midnight. I still haven't seen a lizard or a spaceship. No. I still think the Bible's a bucket of shit. I think the new Bible now is the internet. It's not the Bible, it's the internet. That's the new Bible. But you have to move with the times. Because it's proven time and time again, if you don't change and evolve with times, you just die off. You just got to make the best out of this world you can. You just jump in and out the system when you need to, or you can be completely part of the system if it suits you. Doesn't suit me. So I do what I do to stay out of it and use it when I have to. Yeah. Yeah, you need to be careful about that midnight. It'd be funny if you just see someone walking along and then their tongue come out and took a joint out of the freezer, just sucked it in. And it I mean, at the end of the day, if there was lizards, we got cameras everywhere, aren't we? I'm sure we would see them transforming or going down the tunnels or wherever it is they are, or jumping in their spaceship. Oh, bloody hell, my battery's gone low on my iPad. Oh, mind you, it's only 20 past 8. When I went and visited my friend earlier, I left the engine on and I forgot all about it. So it's been on quite a while earlier, which I weren't happy about because I'm running out of diesel. It's the trouble with winter. You're constantly putting diesel in the engine and in the heater. You get a bit of a break in the summer. But the benefits office don't allow for that shit. Everything's a luxury, apart from your bus fare coming up here and going home. Everything's a luxury. Yeah. I think our biggest problem these days is the corporate system. How the hell have we come from living our lives to being controlled by companies? What the hell is that all about? And now we're finding out that massive companies are buying up streets of houses. That, to me, is serious. Because I remember when we had this rush, it still kind of happens now, but we had this mega rush where we had yuppies buying houses up in little villages, so people that lived in the village couldn't even afford the houses because the prices went up, and they ended up having to move out of the village. And like when this has been going on for hundreds of years, where people have just always been round their family in the next road or whatever, that don't happen no more. There are completely different boroughs living completely different lives because of the prices they can afford or can't afford. And then we had all these yuppies that were buying all these houses up, making them look stupid by painting them magnolia and putting brown furniture in them and ferns in the corner in great big vases and going, oh, this is designer. No. You're just a pleb. You're just so tight you've gone to IKEA and got your whole house of furniture. Yeah, it's like when you see some of these MPs doing their speeches and there's a glitch because we're digital, by the way. And then it's like, oh no, did you see that? Yeah. It's just like all these corporations just find all the loopholes because they've got the most money. They get the highest paid solicitors and lawyers and whatever, and they find the loopholes, and then they get bigger and bigger. It's just the 1% we're talking about. The corporate system. What is it? They reckon the world's run by 5 different companies, isn't it? Just 5 companies. Some shit like that. And that it should never ever be allowed to do that. And what I think, once we get out of all this shit, because I think it's going to go one way or the other, we're either going to be destroyed or they're going to be destroyed. And then there should be a new set of laws that will never ever let this happen again, where little companies can rule the world, or people with an idea can come out with vaccines and just make everyone have it, or make everyone think they've got to have it. Yeah, you got people with portfolios of houses, like bigging themselves up, charging extortionate rents, thinking they're doing the world a favour by putting a roof over their head. But if they wasn't so greedy and didn't buy all these houses up, they would all be affordable. When you think like years ago, I don't know if it was in the 50s or 60s or whatever, houses used to cost 2 or 3 grand. 2 or 3 grand back then was a lot of money to get. But when you're talking 200 or 300 grand for an average house, that's a bit of difference, isn't it? The money don't exist to start with, and they lend you it so that they can get double the amount out of you. Of course it has. It's worse than it's bigger than that, Midnight, because they worked it out when they did this vaccine out, how much per vaccine and whatever, because you don't get nothing for nothing. He worked it out that he was going to absolutely rake a minting. An absolute stinking fortune. He had to put a few bob into it, but it wasn't his money anyway. And the comeback on that was tenfold. It was huge, the money he got back compared to the money he put out, old Bill Gates. You've got to remember, Bill Gates already got fucked over when he was at Microsoft. He tried to monopolise it. He got done billions, didn't he? You don't get fined billions for no reason. And then he turned it around and chucked a load of money into something else to try and get his credibility back, because it was damaged at that time. It was damaged bad. I reckon this was his way of getting us back. Let's make them all pay for the vaccine. Let's make them all want the vaccine, and then that's his way of fucking us over. Yeah, but all that will stop soon, Cluman. It's like I was talking to a nurse about that, and I said, if you have to have a booster every 2 months, for you to be in tip-top condition, you've got to have that booster every month. No, it ain't like that. But I'd already seen a documentary on it. The bloody nurse couldn't even tell me what medication I was meant to have when, and yet she can judge things like that. No chance. I would have thought just the first 2 vaccines, if it was any good, would have been enough. But people are having boosters after boosters and think, oh, here's another booster we can have. Should we go and get it? Let's go and get another booster. Yeah, Big Pharma's making massive money at the moment. But everyone has their day. Everyone has their day. Hi, Mouse. My laptop's actually going to go out in about 5 minutes. Sorry, guys, but I might as well stay on here till it goes out. I can't be bothered to start the engine up. I need more conversation to stay on here. We're not wasting diesel starting the engine up when there's not really a great topic going on. It is cold out there tonight, though. I'd never have any of them, to be honest with you, Clement, because it just seems to me people that have had the vaccine are no different to catching it than people that haven't had it. Hasn't he? You don't need to. That's child's play to him. Midnight, 22 million records. That's child's play. That's pocket change, mate. You're in the wrong league. 22 million is in the wrong league. That guy's in the billions. Yeah, he probably hasn't. You got to remember there was like 5 of them in that band. About 5. Oh, I'm going to go off any second now. Yeah, so it wasn't just him that earned that money. You've got to split that up between 5 of them. And when you realise the percentage they actually get, it doesn't start sounding so big, does it? You've got all the people around them that need paying. So that 22 million records, I mean, they don't get the full price of a record. They get a tiny bit of what that record cost. Sean Edward, never heard of them. Yeah, I don't believe that for a minute. Oh, did he? Yeah, well, this is it, isn't it? So I'd like to know really how much they actually got, because I never really saw them in their own world having a lavish life. I mean, I remember when Brian was famous, he still used to float around when Walthamstow. So I used to see him. I think the only thing they got out of that was a BM convertible and a fluffy white coat. The rest of it belonged to the industry. Oh, right. Oh, was he one of the members, Tony Mortimer? I thought you meant he's like the manager or something. Clearly, you can see I don't really get too involved with that stuff. I only liked Brian because I was born in Walthamstow and that's where he come from. But never give people the time of day. He was one of them Jack the lads that only had his little crew and everyone else was a bit of shit. But it seems to have changed these days, don't it? But he's still a cocky little cunt. It's like so people were talking about him having his accident, and they was trying to work out how he had his accident, where he drove over his own head. It's very simple. He was a flash little cunt. He tried to reverse the car up, but he's got his door open and he's hanging out of the car, looking backwards to see where he's going, giving it a big Charlie potato.